let's get to this game. I mean,
and Tuffy Lehman's are the Giants.
Right.
Let's
get to this game because, this is basically what makes your mouth water if you're an NFL football
fan. If
fan.
you're an old NFL fan.
Like you.
All right. I go back to the Vince Lombardi, George Halas days.
Right.
This rivalry goes back to 1920.
Yep.
All right.
Wow.
Two of the flagship franchises in the NFL.
Yeah.
They've met the most times in a regular. I think it was the 181st meeting or something like that.
Right.
All right.
This is the. Let's see. Well, what it is right now is the Bears have a 92-83 and 6 overall.
Well, the Packers did have a lot of down times during the 50s, especially before Lombardi was there.
Yes.
Right.
Two teams full of NFL Hall of Famers. Two, we'll go over that on another show. Two really long lists to even think about. Two coaches that didn't really like each other, in Lombardi and Halas. But here we go. Third time this year. Packers won by 3,
Yep.
I think, in Chicago.
Right.
Chicago won by 7.
Yep.
Green Bay. No, what am I saying? Chicago won by 3 at home.
Right.
And then the game played in Green Bay. The game that decided
Packers won by 7.
7, and a game that I still admire Lovie Smith for going after that game.
Oh, definitely.
His quarterback was getting beat up. He kept
yeah.
him in there, especially on that last drive. But anyway, can Chicago, whose offensive line has gotten better, can they keep Matthews and Hawk out of their backfield? You know how much Jay Cutler likes to hold on to the ball because he wants to go deep.
It really does. He's one of those guys that wants to go for it all every time. He's a home run hitter.
Yep.
Home run or swing and a miss.
Home run, swing and a miss, and
Gunslinging.
And hey, listen, you're gonna probably blitz Hawk, and you're gonna probably blitz Matthews from both sides, outside with that 4-man line. Raji, Jenkins. I mean,
Well, Raji and Jenkins will be able to shut down Forte between the tackles.
yes.
Absolutely.
They're that kind of defensive line. Listen, the Bears might have won this division, but the Packers have peaked at the right time, and I do not see any stopping of this offense. And you know what? Listen, if the Bears can beat the Packers,
It's going to be 15 degrees.
But they can take it.
Green Bay.
But
can
it will, and they say it might even get lower by
Chicago
game
and
time.
Green
That's
Bay
a
will
heat
take
wave.
it.
That's a
Exactly.
heat wave compared to Green Bay.
It will slow down their offenses a little bit.
Maybe.
It's
Green
not like
Bay.
they're playing indoors.
Who cares? These two teams are used to it, and it's great.
You can be used to all you want, but it does hamper your offense.
Sure. Okay, that's fine.
Well,
Yeah.
both teams will switch to the running game more than normal because of that.
Right.
So which team has the edge in the running game?
I'm going to have to go with the Packers at the moment.
You're going to pick Starks,
Yes.
who's fairly untested over Forte and Taylor?
At the moment.
What has Forte and Taylor done in the playoffs right now?
Forte's played well.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Has he scored?
Huh?
Has he scored?
I don't know if he scored, but he's played well.
How many yards has he chewed up the first couple? How many yards did he play? How
Take
many
a
yards
look.
did he get in his first game? I'll take a look.
Take a look.
Normally, I wouldn't go
They've
against.
only played one game.
Normally, I wouldn't go against the Bears.
Yeah, they only played one game. And Forte, let me see here.
And
Forte had
forget
25 carries for 80 yards. I'm not too sure if that's that productive.
forget about his interception.
Okay. It's forgotten.
I think the Packers' running game, Starks did not play as well in Atlanta like he did against Philly. So he still is an untested commodity. I like the Packers' passing game because they have a bit more explosive receivers.
I like Starks for one reason.
Olsen is a great security blanket
with Starks
for Cutler.
With Starks as a running back, he can get 3 yards by himself because he's a big guy.
Right.
Forte, you need a line, and I don't think that defensive line is going to give him that many holes. I just really don't think so. I think Forte, he's a good running back. I give him that. He's a great.
He's a specialty back on that team.
He's a good back. I think this game's going to rely on what Jay Cutler does. The running game, I don't think is going to be there. It's going to be between the two quarterbacks and Devin Hester if he can return a kick.
Absolutely.
He could be the wild card in this.
He's always the wild card.
He's always the wild card.
Because if he establishes
he shouldn't even be a wild
field
card.
position for them, and are they going to use Hester on wide receivers? Remember, he gets some plays at wide receiver too.
Oh, he gets a lot of plays at wide receiver.
Along with Bernard Berrian and Knox. I think Chicago with Greg Olsen, if the Packers...
Wait. Bernard Berrian? Are you sure? I think you're thinking about Earl Bennett.
Earl Bennett.
Bernard Berrian plays for the Vikings.
That's right.
Come on.
If The Packers blitz on the edges. Will Olsen be running across the middle open? All right.
The whole. I think the big thing for the
If
Packers is can they cover Greg Olsen?
If Tramon Williams is on Knox,
I think they can. It's just you got to make sure it doesn't get.
and is Woodson on Bennett?
No.
No.
I think one of those two guys are going to be on Olsen. I think you bring
You're
in
going to
another.
cover Olsen with a corner?
He is that big of a threat, and he's fast. You have to cover. You have to maintain him. He is the go-to guy. Okay. I think you can easily cover Knox and Bennett.
I think you can cover Olsen with Bishop. Bishop is
One
that
of the
good.
two. I think Woodson should cover Knox, and I think you can cover with a little safety help with Bennett or Hester.
I think you can cover Bishop to Olsen.
Bishop
Olsen is that good.
Maybe Matthews. What do you think about that?
No, because Matthews is going to be playing the run. He's going to be blitzing. He will not drop back a pass coverage. You are not taking advantage of what he brings to your team. He will wreak havoc in your backfield.
This is true.
All right.
I mean, hey.
I could see Hawk or I could see Bishop.
All right.
All right.
Well, just finishing off, let's just get the predictions of this game.
Well, let's look on the Packers side of the ball real quick.
All right.
Urlacher likes to blitz on the edge. All right.
The offensive line has shown its weaknesses.
Briggs likes to blitz on the edge. It's all about what Rodgers did to Atlanta.
Rodgers is used to getting rid of the football early.
Gets rid of football early. He's got a quick release. He can scramble and get away. He's not as big as strong as Roethlisberger.
I don't think
but he can get outside to contain.
I don't think if Urlacher puts his hands on him, he's not going to let go.
He can get outside to. He did it to Abraham.
He did it to Abraham, but that's John Abraham.
He can
This
get
is Brian Urlacher.
He can
Exactly.
get. He can
Because
get.
Abraham's got a busted groin anyway. Because there's no way he's going to sack anybody.
True.
Hey, look, he got into their backfield an awful
Trust
lot.
me, I should know. He was a Jet.
But he got into the Green Bay backfield an awful lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Rodgers will find opportunities to break, contain, scramble outside, and make big plays downfield. My prediction: Green Bay 2017. I think this game is going to be a chinchiller.
It will
it.
be. I'll agree.
In more ways
But
than one.
I've got a funny feeling, though. I got a funny feeling the Bears could pull it out.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, of course. This
Well,
game,
listen,
these teams are that evenly matched.
I'll take the score, but I'll say Bears will win it.
If the Bears win this game, they're going to earn it, and they'll also earn my respect. Right now, they don't have it. Once they win, they will.
Oh, they have my respect because they're 13-3. They're a good team.
I don't see it. Once they win, I will.
Actually, they were 12-4.
11-5.
They lost that last game to Green Bay.
11-5.
All right.
Right.
So, the Bears have played well. They got better as the season got along, and Martz learned to protect a little bit better because I guess he realized he can't send 5 guys out on every play when your offensive line is giving up sacks and holds the ball a lot. Lethal combination. He's learned to protect a little bit more, and he's learned to use his running game a little bit more, and I just hope he doesn't have Forte throwing out of the Wildcat, which was just a terrible play.
I'll say that the Packers, I think that Rodgers and that receiving core is going to have a somewhat of a field day, even though the scoring will be low. I think that the Bears will tighten up on defense in the goal line, so there'll be some field goals, exchanged. I think that the Packers will win this game 24-20.
That sounds pretty good.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I think that's where your scoring frame is going to be, in the late teens, early 20s, because the weather will hold them back a little bit. Anyway, that's the end of our third segment. We're going to talk about Jets Pittsburgh coming up our fourth segment. One other quick thing. Tom Cable did get a job. He's the offensive line coach with Seattle. So he goes up and joins.
Immediately?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Cool.
So he joins.
So now with Cleveland,
what am I thinking?
with
They're
Cleveland
out.
hiring Pat Shurmur, Mangini is out.
Yep. Well, he's been out.
He better not be an analyst at ESPN because I've seen him do a segment there.
He might be.
It's not that good.
He might be. He's a smart guy. Just can't coach.
That's all.
But we'll see. For Danny, for Sean, and I'm Mike. We'll be right back with our fourth and final segment. We're going to talk Jets and Steelers.